Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Crystal. My YouTube channel is DMV Butterfly, and it is a healthy lifestyle channel. Today I am going to join in on the fun, and I'm going to do a Vlogmas, and I'm going to follow the trend that some of my friends on YouTube are doing, and it's going to be a holiday, Christmas, winter Q&A. So I'm going to jump right into it and get started. So these questions I actually got from two other YouTubers, and I will link them below. So one, Mia Janae, and the other is Life with Veronica. So I got these questions from them. I'm going to do a part 2 of this, and it's going to be questions that Sweet Life of Queen used in her Q&A. So I'm going to get to the first question. I don't need my glasses to see. So the first question is early rise for presents or sleep in. And my answer for this is a combination because it depends on who I'm with. If there are children, I was a foster parent. So if I had children on Christmas, of course I would be up early. Or if I was at home in DC with my nephew, we would get up early. In, I guess around 2003, because that was the year after my father died, I started traveling and taking vacations on Christmas, right? So I would be with one of my sisters, and we would leave maybe Christmas Eve, and we wouldn't go back home until the New Year's Day or the day after New Year's. So it depends on who I'm with, whether I'm going to get up early or sleep in. And also it depends on what activities I'm doing. When I was growing up, we used to get up early and open presents, but my twin sister and I are the youngest. And so once we got, I don't know, to be maybe 12 or 13, we always went to church on Christmas Day. So after we got to be that age, my mom was like, you know, the reason for the season is Christ. We can open presents after dinner. So that's what we started to do. And for me, it was no big deal to open them after dinner. I wasn't like anxious to open something, but we would open up a present like around 12 o'clock. We would open up one present. So that was that. Let's see. Hosting Christmas or visiting others. I have never hosted Christmas dinner where I was living. I've never hosted Christmas dinner anywhere I've ever lived. I've hosted Thanksgiving, but not Christmas. Christmas dinner was usually at my mom's house or at my dad's sister's house. After they got older, it would either be at my mom's house or at my cousin's house. After my dad died and then my aunt died, his sister, everybody just started in my family started traveling for Christmas, and we all be going someplace different. So that's what it is. And usually for Christmas, I go to the West Coast. So I would either go to Vegas, LA, someplace warm. I think one time my sister and I went to the Bahamas at Christmas time. So I go someplace where it's warmer than it is on the East Coast. So let's see what else. Christmas with family or Christmas with friends. I spent one Christmas with friends. All the other Christmases I spent with family. So I have a friend, I was living in Philadelphia at the time, and I have a friend named Roz. And I spent Christmas with Roz and her family one time, and we ate like crazy. Has to be the right friend because you gotta make sure the food is good. And the food was the bomb at Roz's, just as it is at home. Yeah, so talking about food, that's another question that came up in Veronica's Q&A. Dinner at home or going out to a restaurant? So my answer to that is it depends on where I am. If I'm with family and friends and we are at my cousin's house or either at my mom's house, we are cooking dinner at home. we have had dinner where there is one of my sister's friends. I have a twin sister. So one of my twin sister's friends does catering and she can cook. Like she's the bomb. My family, we aren't too keen on eating other people's food for Christmas. But like if we know someone who can throw down, and my sister's friend can throw down. She makes a sweet potato cobbler. Woo! The bomb, right? So she makes good sweet potato cobbler. She makes excellent macaroni and cheese, but so does, I make good macaroni and cheese. My twin sister makes good macaroni and cheese, but my cousin D, she has started to smoke her macaroni and cheese. Woo-wee! So now she is the macaroni and cheese person in the family. But yeah, so most of the time we will cook if we are at home, but we may purchase items from a caterer who cooks really well just to cut down on our time. Now, I'm going to say when we're traveling, we'll go out to a restaurant to eat. And I don't mind because I have this type of family. So I'm going to throw this question in. Paper plates or dinnerware? My family, dinner plates. That's why I'm not cool all the time, especially if we have Thanksgiving and have Christmas. It's a lot of dishes, and I don't mean just eating on dinnerware. I mean my mom and my cousin, they want to, they serve the food in dishes, not in the aluminum pans or whatever. They want to put the food, the gravy in a gravy bowl, the turkey on a platter, the sweet potato casserole is in a dish, like, so everything. I was like, can we just use pans sometimes and just cover the pan up and put it in the refrigerator? So it make it a little bit easier, or at least when we take the food out of the pan and put it in Tupperware to put in the refrigerator, at least we can throw the pan away and not have to wash and scrub pots and pans. So I don't mind eating dinner at a restaurant. I don't mind catering and getting someone else to cook and bringing the food in, at least some of the dishes. Now, when we do have dinner with family, different people will make different things most of the time. So not one person is doing all the cooking. However, it always ends up that myself and my twin sister do a lot to help clean up, especially if it's at my mom's house or at my cousin's house. So I would prefer to eat out. Before my mom passed, she had been more accepting of, let's just please cook in the aluminum pans. Please, can we cook in the aluminum pans? Can we at least, when we have family dinners, it's a lot of people. So yeah, that cleanup is something else. Let's see. Dress up or PJs all day. Also, my family, we are eating on dinnerware. And when we had Christmas, even when we were younger, we used to not dress up like we were going to church, but everybody always looked nice. When we were younger, I don't remember us wearing jeans for dinner. Like sometimes my mom would put us on a dress, but it would be like a casual dress, or we may have on a pair of pants, but they weren't like jeans and a t-shirt or anything like that. We have become more relaxed. However, we still aren't like maybe the jogging suit family at Christmas time. I guess we're getting more to that as we get older, but yeah, we used to like kind of not dress up, but we used to look nice. And I guess that's because we would go to church in the morning and then we'd come home and maybe change into, you know, a pair of slacks and a sweater or something like that. And I guess because too, it was just so many people that would be at our house during the holidays. So we used to all look nice. Also, my parents are older. So my mother was 38 years old when she had me, and my father was 40. So they just they were very much old school. PJs all day, we didn't do that. Oh, this was a fun one. So this question is open gifts one by one or open gifts all at the same time. Meaning if you have five people are opening up their individual gifts. So we used to, as children, we just went in and found our name on a present and we just opened up our stuff. We weren't really paying attention to what every individual was doing. My twin sister did start a little bit of a tradition. So one year, she had all of us, we had to come in the living room. It was after dinner when we were opening presents. We were older. So she had all of us come in the living room. And all of us, it was myself, my mom, my dad, and my older sister. I believe she sent her present and told her we had to open them as a group. And my mom's older sister, my aunt, was there. So she gave all of us a present and she said we had to open it at the same time. And we were all so touched when we opened it because she had taken my nephew, who at the time was my parents' only grandchild. She had taken him to get professional photos done. And so she put all of us had a picture of him in a frame, and each pose for everybody was different. So it was real nice, real special. And so then another year, my oldest sister gathered everybody together the same way, and she gave us a present that we all had to open at the same time. So I had a niece that passed away in childbirth, and she gave all of us an angel. And I have to find my angel. It's always on my tree. And when I moved, I know I have it here because I've seen it since I moved here, but I never put it with my Christmas decorations. I put it somewhere else. So this is an angel, and it's a little girl, and she's a black girl. So I usually have that on my tree. So I couldn't find the ornament. I feel like I always kept it out in my previous residences, but I can't find it. But one thing that I did find was this card. So before my niece's homegoing service, I went to purchase a card because I wanted to write a note and put it in her casket. And this was crazy. Again, my niece died in childbirth, but I saw this card. It's a card, right? And this is a little bit, let me give credit. That is the author and designer, right? But I saw this card and I said, oh my gosh, this is what my niece would look like when she got older. And we could see this girl has wings and she's holding a dove. When we go to the cemetery to bury family members, we always get a man and he releases doves at the cemetery, right? So I saw this card. I said, this is what my niece would look like, because she sort of looks like my sister, who is my niece's mom, right? And so I showed this card to my mom, and my mom immediately said, my niece's name was Michaela. My mom immediately said, oh my gosh, that's what Michaela would look like at that age. So she actually took she asked me for one of the cards. It was a box of cards. So I gave my mom a card, and I have always kept this one, and I always keep it out because I feel like it's a picture of my niece at an older age, you know, if she had lived. So I have this, so I'm just going to put this somewhere in the living room because I can't find the ornament. So that's as much like group opening of gifts as we do. And I really like that tradition. I do like that everybody gets this one gift. I've never done it for my family. I'm trying to think if I have. I feel like I have done it. Oh, I do know. I did it one time and I did it with socks. And there's some socks. I'm gonna get the socks and show them to you. My mother was livid. I'm gonna show you guys the socks. And I gave them, it was just, at that time, it was myself, two of my sisters, and my mom, and I gave them to them. So I'll show you guys the socks at the end of this. Oh, this was a good question. Traditional Christmas dinner or other food? I grew up in, you guys remember that movie Soul Food? So I grew up in a soul food house. So every Sunday we had a big dinner. And it was, we had a huge soul food dinner. My dad could throw down in the kitchen. My mom was not a great cook. My dad's off days for work were Sundays and Mondays. So most of the time on Sundays, he cooked. So we always had big spreads for dinner on Sunday, and it would be food left over for a couple of days or whatever. So we always had the mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, greens, string beans, just big dinners, roast beef, baked chicken, ribs, a big roast or something like that, lamb chops, or we would do, my mom and dad would do lamb shoulders. So we always had all that big food. And then again, I think I was in my 20s. And finally we said, I am so sick of eating the same thing for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So we'll typically do a traditional Thanksgiving dinner. And for those of us, when we get together for Christmas, we started getting together Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And we would do, Christmas Eve, we would do seafood. Like a big piece of salmon, and my sister would stuff that or make pesto salmon. We would have crab cakes, stuffed shrimp stuffed with crab meat. And so do alternative stuff. One day and I know this sounds crazy, but one time we were like, let's do spaghetti. And, so we did a spaghetti dinner with salad and Italian bread, garlic cheese bread or whatever. We just tied. But most of the time, if we do something alternative, we'll do seafood. Arrange seating or sit wherever you like. Most of the time in my family, we are sitting wherever we want. Because there's so many people, we're not usually all sitting around one table. The bulk of us will sit around one table, and then we'll have a kids table. And then most of the time we are wanting to see football or play cards or watch a movie. So we all eat mainly at the same time so that we can clear the table and start playing games. And mostly it's card games. Does anyone know our favorite game to play in our family is Bonanza? Has anybody ever heard of the card game Bonanza? It's played with a huge board. The next time my family gets together, I'm going to show you guys the Bonanza and how it's played. But if you have ever played Bonanza, please comment below because a lot of people don't know about it. We are sitting wherever we like. Christmas movies or Christmas games. Christmas movies are playing at some point, or movies, not necessarily Christmas movies, are playing at some point, but we are a straight up hardcore, die-hard football family. We like all sports, but football, that's what we do. Actually, 2 weeks ago, I went to the state championship for high school. There were about 12 of us from my family that went to the game to see it. We just love football. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. Thank you. We mostly are going to be watching football. Excuse me. If you saw my video for holiday home decor, you know that I got this cup from Big Lots. I am drinking my tea. Oh, it's so good. Keep watching so that you can see the socks that I bought for my family. So this is the last question, and the question is, everyone stay over or a peaceful, quiet night? So, this is the thing. This has been a tradition in my family for so long. If we start playing cards, we usually now end around, I don't know, we could be up as late as maybe 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And we usually now everybody just go home. But when we were little, when we were younger, so I must have been up until maybe like the age of 7 or 8, it would be 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. And my dad's brother, my dad's sister, my mom's sister, both of my mom's sister, my mom's older sister and younger sister, my dad's brother, my brother is 11, I only have one biological brother. He was 11 years older than me. And my older sister was 13 years older than me. And then it would be one of my cousins, a couple of my cousins. They would sit up until 4, 5 o'clock in the morning playing cards. So most of the time, they would be at the table playing cards, and my cousins and I would have either be in the beds at my aunt's house, or it would be so many of us, we would make pallets on the floor, and we'd be sleep on the sofa or sleep on the floors on a pallet or something like that. So those were awesome, awesome times. We don't stay up that late anymore playing cards. Like I say, maybe 1 or 2, and then everybody will go to their respective home. This is when I did the group Christmas present, right? So I told you guys my sisters did stuff that was sentimental, right? So this is what these are the socks that I bought for my family. And then this is the pair that I bought for my mother, but I started wearing them because she wouldn't. So my mother started not feeling well, so I actually bought her these socks. She never wore them, so I took them. I don't even think she accepted them. She wasn't going to wear these with this curse word on them, but I got them. And I wear them. And then I bought these. As you can see, I've never worn these, but I will. And then the pair that I bought, my older sister said she was having a hard time at work, and there was this one meeting that she hated to go to. And her socks said, another meeting with these assholes. So those were her socks. When she opened her box, she fell out laughing. My mom was like, you're not going to wear those socks to work. What if your pant leg comes up? Blah, 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 whatever. My mom just was like, the pant leg isn't going to come up. And where the letters hit is like up your calf. So anyway, and one random day she called me and she was laughing and she was whispering something and I couldn't hear her. And I said, what are you saying? She said, I have on my socks, and we fell out laughing. So anyway, this is the last pair. I bought these for my twin sister, and so I bought the same pair for myself. We aren't a family that uses profanity. It just was funny to be a little devious. And actually, I was on a plane, and this is years ago. This is at least 7 years ago where I bought these socks and still haven't worn this pair. And I was on the plane the other day, and I saw a girl, she had these on, but her she had on sweatpants, and she had her sweatpant tucked into these, and it was the first time I ever seen anyone with them on. But I wouldn't wear mine with, out for other people to see. But anyway, that was my group Christmas gift. So I enjoyed doing this video, enjoyed doing this Q&A, enjoyed hearing your answers to this. So if you do this Q&A, please tag me in your videos to let me know that you did it. Again, I will be doing part 2 to this video using Sweet Life of Queens questions. So look for that. I'm so happy to be back posting videos, and I enjoy doing it. So many of you commented on the video that I posted earlier today, and I really appreciate that. It's so good to be back. It's so good to reconnect with people. I have been watching and catching up on so many people's videos. I promise to catch up on other videos and to watch more of them because I want to see what you guys are doing, and I appreciate you stopping by to see what I'm doing. So stay tuned for part 2 of this video. I will probably post it tomorrow.